Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC and welcome to something kind of special here. Today we are starting out on the IronMine community server. Hopefully you guys will enjoy today's episode. I am super excited about this series. This is the IronMine community server. So what this is a couple other YouTubers on here right now. Old friend of mine, MonkeyPuzzle. I reached out to him to see if maybe I could come over and hang out because I kind of miss playing ARK with other YouTubers, vanilla ARK. We've got the modded stuff going on over on Pooping Evolved, and we've got my patron server up and going, but that also leads me to the next thing, is that this server is open to any patron on the tier 2 level of patronage, to me or any of the other YouTubers on this server. So if you support any of us with $5 or more, you are welcome to come play on this server. So it's basically a little bit of a filter to keep you know, some of the people trustworthy, because we can't just open it up to everybody. But things on this server are very vanilla. So we do have the building series going on over on my patron server, which is still of course open to all of my patrons, and you know, ARK or Spike runs all those servers, and so those aren't going anywhere. I'm still gonna be playing on those, but you can see here we're only getting 2 stone per gather. So it's a little bit more vanilla, and I'm actually strangely excited about the grind. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like having unlimited resources where you can just go chop down a couple of trees and have plenty of wood to do almost like a whole build. But there is something about just having vanilla stuff here. So I'm actually really excited about it. I have been playing for a couple of days. I spawned in over in the I wish my map would load in, that would be cool. I spawned in over in the, what do they call it, the Scotland area, up in the grassy hills and the plains and all that kind of stuff, and I tamed up a couple of horses. I'll go show you that here in just a little bit. But we just came back over here towards the Viking Bay area because I want to try to find a place to set up a shop. So I spawned in over at the Scotland area because there was a community base where I was able to kind of take shelter and get some stuff going on. But I have spent a little while building up a houseboat for all my horses. These horses are a lot of fun to tame. I forgot that they had that whole taming mechanic. I think that had changed since the last time I tamed a horse. But you feed them the carrots, which spawn naturally over there in the Scotland area, and you can just use those to craft up or gather up a bunch of horses. So I've got kind of like a little mobile ranch thing over here on my base houseboat thing. So let's see if I can jump my horse. Oh, too far. Too far. But inside I've got, let's see if I can get this guy up here. Oh, almost. It's so tricky. I've been having to park him up on top of the up on top of the houseboat when I jump that cliff. Let's see if I can make this jump. There we go. So down here I've got a bunch of horses tamed up, so I think we're gonna do like a ranch style build for our first thing. I've got 6 horses total. That one up there is my best one. It's the fastest. But all these guys are really cool. They've got a bunch of different cool color patterns on them and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to leave them behind. And then I've got this guy here and then this dodo, which are really cool colors because there are still Easter dinos on this map. They haven't wiped the map since the Easter update ended, so they're kind of letting all the crazy color guys just die off naturally, which I'm hoping we can get some cool tames, cool colored tames, and like a RG and you know, just all that kind of cool stuff, just something a little bit different. But today I think we're gonna go try to find a place to settle down, and hopefully there's still some cool spots taken over. So we've got a bunch of people playing on here. The community is really big. It is a cluster server between Ragnarok, this map here, and then we have the island, and then we also have Aberration within the cluster, so we can jump back and forth between all those. And there are a couple of mods that we have installed, nothing too crazy. Can I get up there? Oh, there we go. These horses are kind of nuts. But we have a few different mods installed. So this, I believe, is something for transferring stuff back and forth between servers. And then we have S Plus installed, which you can see here. There's reusable grappling hooks, the reusable spear, and there's a few other ones, but I think it's only like 11 mods total, which is really light for ARK. So kind of pretty cool. And there's somebody's base here, but I'm not sure whose base that is. And we do have these stupid... What are you doing, dude? You're freaking me out. You're not even flapping your wings. We do have the ichthys and the pegomastics on this server, which is a little annoying. Those are turned off over on the patron server, but this place is pretty cool. Pantless Political Party Dino Orphanage. Unclaim your unwanted and unloved dinos to give them a new chance at life. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know if this is like a new build or something that's going on. I haven't been over here before, but yeah, so I'm really excited about this server or this series because there's a lot of amazing builders on this map. Everybody's building a bunch of really cool stuff, and it's just gonna be fun to kind of play on a pretty populated server for a change. So I'm kind of used to playing by myself most of the time, but it seems like every time I log on there's always like 3 or 4 people playing, and it'll be nice to have that interaction. So let's head over here. I want to see if we can find something. I don't really care for building in the same spot that we have been, but I know that there are some nice areas kind of this way, so we'll see what we can find, and hopefully we don't die too bad. Alright, so you know what? I think we may try to set up in this spot here. There are a couple of rules on the server as far as like building stuff goes, just to kind of make things easy on everybody. You want to make sure you don't build within render distance of anybody's base, which I don't think I am. And we also don't want to build in like things that have to do with the story of this map. So like in the ruins and, you know, different stuff like that, but I don't see any of that around here. I think this is just like a cool rock formation, but this might be kind of a cool spot to set up. So we have basically like some natural shelter with all these rocks. There's plenty of resources around, which is what I really wanted. I wanted to be able to have a lot of metal, a lot of stone, and a lot of wood readily available for us to use. And I don't know, I think this might be kind of a neat spot to set up. So we have water access. We could park rafts or whatever we need to inside here. Let's pull our torch back out. It is very dark on this map too, and nighttime is not very short. But yeah, so there's plenty of room in here. We could actually park like ichthys and stuff like that if we wanted to as well. And I don't know, I think this might be it, guys. So tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run back, grab my houseboat, and I'll probably wait for daytime to roll back over, and then from there we'll do a little bit more scouting kind of around the area, make sure we're not too close to anybody, and then we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, just give me a little bit and we'll be right back. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is the place. This is a really cool location, and I'm hoping I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. I can't see anybody's base around here within render distance, anything like that, so hopefully I'm not too close to anybody. I don't think we are. But yeah, so the only thing I'm worried about is maybe taking some of the metal spawns away from this area. I know there's tons of metal all around this map, but there seems to be a lot in this area. So if anybody has issues with that, please let me know, because I still haven't met everybody on the IronMine community yet, and I don't want to step on any toes. So hopefully this will be alright. I don't think I'm high enough level for purple. I'm only level 39 at the moment. So levels are starting to really slow down here. The XP has turned up a little bit, but the XP grind is real. So we are going to be playing this series a little bit more utilitarian than what we normally do. So normally we kind of have a heavy focus on building, but I want to just focus on the game and just play it. So there will be building, and we will work on, you know, stuff like that and kind of make things look nice, but I really just kind of want to play the game for what this game has to offer, right? So we want to do different things like that. I know a lot of the guys on here, they've been working towards fighting some of the bosses. I think they've already actually fought a couple of the bosses between the different maps and everything like that. So I would like to take part into that. That's like stuff in ARK that I've never done, and I will tell you guys a secret. To this day, I have never done a cave in any map I've ever played. I've never done any of the caves all the way through. I poked my head in a couple of times. Can we get you? Oh, we can. What do you got? Ooh, Journeyman Longneck. Hey, that is not a bad drop, guys. That is not bad at all. That is cool. I don't think I've ever gotten a long neck rifle in a drop before. But yeah, so I've never done any of the caves. Definitely haven't done any of the bosses and all that kind of stuff. But so it should be kind of fun. That's my plan for this series. So if you want building, you can go check out my my server, patron server, Let's Play the building ARK, the building Let's Play. But over here we're going to be kind of just playing the game for what it is, kind of going back to our roots in ARK Survival Evolved. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it, and this is, I think, going to be a really rad spot to build. So there's just a lot of really cool potential we could have here. But yeah, so you guys are probably noticing this thing. This is the feeding range on the S Plus feeding trough, which I have set up inside of here. I wanted to do a little bit of testing and see if it works the same way as it does with building stuff on a platform saddle. I think it does with the raft. So basically I mined up some metal nodes right over here on this wall, and I want to see if they respawn, because typically I've been using this to keep dino spawns down over in our single player series doing the Let's Build, and it works really well for keeping hostile mobs from spawning. So once you kind of clear out the area and you have an S Plus feeding trough set down, it keeps the dudes from spawning in you know, within this radius. So it's kind of nice. We can set it up there. We don't have to worry about that, but I don't think it's going to work with the raft. So we'd actually have to place it down on the ground for it to take effect. So I'm just doing a little bit of testing. I'm going to leave it up for just a little bit to see if this stuff comes back. Because the other downside of having those two is it disables all the resource respawns. So if we harvest up all this metal and everything like that, it won't actually spawn in. So we will see. But I think for now, what we should probably do is just kind of work on getting a basic foundation set up where we can build like a smithy, some forges, and all that kind of stuff. So I did borrow these tools from the community center over in the Scotland Yard. So this was the journeyman sickle, and then the pickaxe and the axe, or the hatchet. So I borrowed those just to kind of get started, because if you use, let me just show you. So we use a normal stone axe to gather stone. We gather more than if we're just picking it up off the ground, but it is still very slow. Sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna have to really work on material collector dinos like Ankies and beavers and all that kind of stuff, just so we can get all the resources that we need, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here, work on crafting up some basic stuff, and then we should be all set to kind of build up our first little area. So I'm thinking the first things we want to try to maybe do is build some fence foundations and walls to kind of block off this area. So if we can run walls from this side to that side, and then maybe close that gap, and this gap here, that'll at least keep us a little bit safer. So that might be first priority. Alright guys, so it is the next morning. Took me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to craft up everything we needed for the walls, but we've got everything pretty much blocked off. I do have 3 entry and exit accesses there. Oh, actually maybe it's 4. 1, 2, 3, and then I think I have the 4th one over here. Yeah, so we got 4 entry points, and I just left these sides open because they're pretty much just a cliff to the water. So I don't think anything's really going to wander in this way, hopefully. But it seems like we're pretty good. I logged out overnight just on that platform there, and everything is all good. So while I was doing all this, I ran across this guy here. Was a 180 Pteranodon. So I went ahead and tamed it up. It didn't take too many arrows. I actually only took like 4 trank arrows, and we got these reusable bolas. These things are kind of cool. So these you can just use, and you toss it, and it comes right back in your inventory. So that is super handy. I really like that. But it wasn't a perfect tame. Like, you know, it was just normal meat and stuff like that. So he ended up getting, I think, 87 levels. He came out to 267. So yeah, I think the math adds up there. I added 1 level into stamina when I was flying around on this guy. He's got a couple more levels. But this is really, really nice for just kind of quick travel anywhere. And I'm gonna try to actually avoid doing too much flying around on this map. So the guys kind of, when they explore the map, they like to do it on the ground, which I really agree with. So the first time I played on Ragnarok, I wanted to do that as well a long time ago, and I still kind of want to do that. So this area I've been around multiple times, so I don't feel too bad flying around this area too much. But as far as like going to check out new places, we will try to stick to ground dinos hopefully, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so we've got pretty much everything set up here, so it's fairly safe. I got a bunch of torches and stuff laid down, so at nighttime it lights up a little bit. It's a little bit easier to see. And then I tore down everything that was on the raft, and we're actually going to use that for building our little house over here. So I don't think it's going to be everything we need, but it'll give us a good start. And I figured we just kind of set up a small little house over here with some beds and, you know, basic supplies, but over time we'll kind of start spreading out a little bit more. So let's see what we can do. I've got a couple of extra, the 4 walls, the 4 high walls. Man, these things are expensive on this map, on this server. Stone and everything like that. We see we don't have the stack plus mod or whatever it is, so everything is always in a stack of 100 for the most part, which is it's tedious, but it's not bad actually. I don't know, it's just I like the grind so far. I got a couple more drops. I did get an Ascendant simple pistol, so that's kind of cool. And where was the other one? This one, an Ascendant iguanodon saddle. So it's kind of interesting. We need an iguanodon to see how those guys, I actually haven't tamed one of those yet, so that'll be kind of fun to do. But yeah, so as far as like all the building supplies here, we've got a couple of walls, a couple of different things here. And let's see, I know I've got one of these door frames, some rails, and I think that's probably about all I can hold for now. So let's see about setting up shop here. So I'm thinking we want the front door here, and then we can kind of wrap the walls up around this way. So I'm definitely going to need more supplies here, but just wanted to kind of bring you guys in for the start. So let's see, let's do a window here. Just do a normal wall, bring that all the way around. We have access to this area back over here, and I might have to tear this house down at some point because this is kind of a cool little area here, and I'm wondering if some of the Aberration cliff platforms would attach right here, so we could kind of bring this out a little bit and have some sort of workshop or something. I think could be neat. So we may end up kind of changing the house up, doing things a little bit differently on this side, and we'll see what happens. But so let's run some walls this way. I might actually end up putting another door here for the time being, but yeah, so we'll try to wall this off here. Let's do another window here in the front. We'll run these all the way around. Oh, we're gonna have, oh, we got more windows. Let's put a window here. Let's put 2 windows here, and then we can finish that. Yeah, that's not bad. Nice little layout. A little log cabin, right? But yeah, so the nice thing I have noticed too is with this S Plus feeding trough, if I feel like it has changed and it doesn't work the same way it did before, because I know for a fact, actually let's get on the bird. Probably need to drop some stuff off. His weight is kind of crappy. But I'd noticed last night when I was doing all of the building for the walls and stuff like that, I was using a lot of these rocks and a lot of these trees, and it seems like it's keeping the resources. I thought it was keeping the resources from respawning, but it looks like overnight everything has repopulated, so that is cool. I was kind of afraid that I was going to lose some of these spawns, and it looks like everything is okay. So I know for a fact that all of these trees and stuff right here I've chopped down multiple times. All of these rocks I've taken out and everything, so it all came back, which is cool. So we don't have to worry too much about the lower resource respawning. So I'm hoping some of the metal nodes will stick around as well, but I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. So looks like I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time here gathering some wood. You know what, I kind of want a porch on this house. Let's do it like this. Whoops, that's the wrong way. Those are both the wrong way. All three of them. Wow, okay. Inside, please. There we go. There we go. And then we'll do this wall here. Yeah. Now we got a little porch. And then we can lay down our rails as well. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. I'm going to gather up the rest of the resources I think that we'll need. We'll probably end up needing a lot more, but that's fine. And then we'll come back, we'll wrap up the house, and then kind of see what happens from there. So anyways, give me just a second. We'll be right back. Oh, dude. Hopefully he doesn't die. Or she. If we can come back next episode and maybe tame up this trike. Look at those colors, man. These Easter colors are insane. I love the way they look. There is a lot of just like really cool color patterns, and if you guys can tell me too, if it probably wouldn't make much of a difference because they're a low level. If we found a high level one, that'd be awesome. But if we get these colors for the Easter guys, and then if we bred them with like higher levels, is that even worth it, or is you just need to find a higher level dino? And I don't even know too, can you also get those colors through mutations? That's what I'm kind of curious about too, because the Easter colors, they just seem really... Can I ride you? No, you're too full. Can you come through? No. There you go. Come on. But yeah, so I don't know if you can actually get those colors through mutations or not either. That would be kind of cool to know. If you guys know, please feel free to leave it in a comment down below. But anyways, so we're just about done with the house here. I just had to come gather a little bit more wood. Let's pull all the wood off of that horse. I need to name my horses too. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, so take you. And then I think we needed just thatch ceilings now. So these are the sloped ones. I need 13, I believe. I've got a couple here too. I'll have some extras. And then for the flat part, we need 2, which I'm pretty sure I have those already. Hey, you just chill out for a second. There you go. Yeah, so we got these. I think we should be good on those. So, let me take you on a quick little tour with everything. Where'd those go? There you go, one more. Thank you. But yeah, so this is what we got, and I feel like this is a kind of a cool little design for a house. I've never built anything quite like this before. But we have the stone foundation. We got a little bit of a wooden front porch here, and I use the vanilla foundations. I keep wanting to call them slabs. But they have the little crossbar section and stuff there. The S plus foundations, they just have this on the side. I don't really care too much for that. But then I put stone railings all around the top here, just on top of this wall to raise the roof just a little bit. Raise the roof. And I think that's kind of cool. So the cool thing about these two is we can actually switch these to half walls. Say if we don't want to have the, actually, you know what? We may leave that right there. They kind of act as windows too, don't they? Uh-oh, what did I just switch? Oh, there we go. Just a little bit of lag. But yeah, so I think they're kind of cool. Let's see what that looks like from the outside. That's not a bad look either. I think I kind of like the rail a little bit more. The only crummy thing is I do the pillar things in the corner and it doesn't reach all the way up. So there is a little bit of a gap, but I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and lay in our roofs here real quick. So we want a roof coming across here, and it looks like I need to put in a wall right there. Let's do that, and I think I'm actually going to extend this out. Do we want to do 2 or just 1? Maybe just 1, and then we can do that like that. Cool. We'll run these across like so. And then the same thing on this side. We'll just run the sloped roofs all the way across. So I opted out of doing a 2-story house just because I feel like a little log cabin build is makes a little bit more sense. And oh, I'm 1 short. I think we got more. Sloped. Yeah. And then do I have any more wooden walls so I can go ahead and fill in that gap. I think my horse has one. Got a window, that'll work. And put that guy up here. And then close off the rest of this. Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of cool looking actually. Let's jump on the bird real quick. Let's drop off all the heavy stuff. We'll just kind of jump up and see what this looks like. So I think next episode we're going to kind of work on like the crafting stuff, mortar pestles, narcos, and you know, all that kind of different stuff, getting that going. So I think for now, yeah, that's a cool looking little house, man. I like it. So I do want to try some different stuff with paint as far as using it on the wooden stuff. We'll see kind of how that goes, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna switch these back to the rails, which I like better. It's just kind of more like a, for some reason it feels more like a little, like a beach cabin type thing to me, having that open. Not, you know, I'm not real sure why, but I just think it's kind of nice. I do want to switch these guys out, so we'll put the window here so we can stare at that rock. A nice little view. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to work on rearranging things, trying to get them a little bit more ergonomic. But I think after we do that, we should be pretty much all set. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you go check out everybody listed down in the description below. They've got a lot of really good art content for you guys to get caught up on if you haven't seen it already. These guys, I've been watching MonkeyPuzzle for a long time, back when he used to even do Minecraft. And then the new guys, Arahli, been watching his stuff. He's really funny. He's got some really awesome videos. And then I think Crackers has got some really cool stuff. She's got a lot of really awesome builds. And I think that's about everybody that I've seen so far. So I still have a lot of catching up to do myself. So I will be watching their videos. You should go watch their videos and just say hi. So introduce them from our community here. So anyways, dudes, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.